In today's video, we're gonna do a 5-mile neighborhood tour. We're gonna look at the schools, we're gonna look at the parks, we're gonna look at the housing, we're gonna look at the shopping. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about 5 Mile, and you're gonna know what 5 Mile is all about and what's going on up here. My name's Brian Johnson. I'm a real estate broker with Windermere right here in Spokane. If you wanna buy a house on 5 Mile or you wanna do any moves in real estate in Spokane, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a message. I'd love to help you guys out. 5 Mile is one of the coolest places to live in Spokane. Right now I'm up here on top of 5 Mile at Prairie Park. So the first inhabitants of 5 Mile was a long time ago. It was I think it's called the Siwash, S-I-W-A-S-H Indian tribe, which is ancestrally connected to the Spokane tribe. And they called this area Billy Meacham, which is home of the tall grass, and that was named after their chief. The inhabitants of this ancestral tribe, the 5 Mile, well, there's evidence that they were here in the year 1010, not 1910, not 1810, but 1010. And there's pictographs that you can see on the rock formations around 5 Mile. It's something that people know about. You can go hiking and look at it, and it's really cool. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what is going on right now on 5 Mile. So right here, I'm on Prairie Park. Take a look at this. This is one of the most beautiful places. So Prairie is a 24-acre park sitting right up here on top of 5 Mile. It's got houses surrounding it. There's these walking or jogging trails circulating throughout Prairie Park. And there's a great ball field out here for kids to play on. There's recreation equipment. There's tennis courts. Let me show you some of that also. So the reason it's called 5 Mile is because, well, it's 5 miles from Spokane Falls, which is downtown Spokane. Not to be confused with 7 Mile and 9 Mile, which are separate areas, and I bet you can figure out why those are called that. Now, 5 Mile is located about 400 feet above the regular part of Spokane, up on this mesa. And back in the days when I was talking about earlier, when it was all just Native Americans up here, and up until recently, actually, just a couple decades ago, it was all farming. And it was all farms up here. And then they started putting in bigger houses. In fact, let's go take a look right now at the very first inhabited house up here. And it's called Strong House. And it's really cool. It's been here for a while. It's a historical house. Let's take a look. By the way, my daughter loves to catch froggies right here in this little marsh. In fact, she had a little pet froggy at home that we caught somewhere else. And she thought it needed a mate. So she let it go here because this is the best place for a froggy to raise a family. So I'm on Strong Road right now, up on 5 Mile, and right behind me right here is what's called the J.F. Strong House. It was built in 1879. It was the first inhabited house up here on 5 Mile. And that year, 6 other families moved in, and then, boy, I bet the traffic got awful. So this is the very first place up here. It's on the historical register. It's a really cool house. And it's on Strong Road, which is right behind me. And if you look on the map, Strong Road is both the city is below it and unincorporated Spokane County is above it. And that's a problem because Strong Road is a horrible road. It's basically a 4-wheel drive paved road that everyone has to drive on. And my kids, when they're on the bus, have actually hit their head on the top of the bus because the road is so bad. It's on a 6-year plan to fix, which means they're not going to do it. And, well, it's just the bumpiest, craziest road up here, and it's just what you have to live with when you live on 5 Mile. So right behind me is it's not the original 5 Mile Prairie Schoolhouse. This is the new one. In 1901, there was a 1-room schoolhouse. Had to tear that thing down. In 1939, it was part of an FWPA, Federal Works Progress Administration. It was a Depression-era program building things. They built this cool structure behind us. Now it's part of the Meade School District. They use it for teaching, homeschooling programs, things like that. And as I turn the camera around, you're going to see back there is the Grange. That's been here for a long time. And they do little activities here. There'll be a food truck here. Car washes happen here. Sort of like the top center of 5 Mile right up here, right where these things are. And let me show you again. There's that schoolhouse. That's really cool. That's that schoolhouse right here. So when it comes to schools, you've got 3 options up here on Prairie View. We've got 3 separate schools. The first one is Prairie View Elementary. It's right behind me, and that's where my daughter went. We loved it. It's a great school. And right behind me right here, we've got Skyline Elementary. And right behind me right here is Highland Middle School. Now remember, you guys, all three of these schools I just showed you were all really close together. You actually could walk from each one of the schools to the next one. They're just clustered right here on the top of 5 Mile. When it comes to shopping on 5 Mile, you've got a ton of options. Right now I'm at the base of 5 Mile, right off of Francis. You've got Rose Hours, you've got fast food, you've got pizza, you've got the Urban Canine for your dog stuff, you've got car washes, Starbucks, you've got 2 really good brew pubs right here. There's a lot of shopping right here at the base of 5 Mile. So even though when you're up there, there doesn't seem like there's anything to do, we'll get to that in a second, right at the base of 5 Mile, really you do have all your shopping needs, and this is just on the south side of 5 Mile. On the north side, if you go a little further, you've got Fred Meyer and all that stuff. And if you drop down on the west side below 5 Mile into the Indian Trail, North Indian Trail neighborhood, you're gonna have a bunch of shopping down there with a huge Safeway that just overtook Starbucks and or a huge Safeway that overtook Albertsons, and a Yoke shopping center on that side also. So basically surrounding all around 5 Mile, you've got all the shopping you'd ever need. And that's true of North Spokane. Really, the joke is if you live in North Spokane, you never have to leave because everything you need is up here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the houses that you would see up here on 5 Mile. One of the coolest things about 5 Mile is that, well, right now I'm on 5 Mile. I'm in I think it's called the Austin Road Conservation Area. And 5 Mile is very unique because it's all residential, you guys. There's no shopping up here. There's no retail. There are no liquor stores. There's no convenience stores. There's nothing up here except for houses, schools, and a few churches. So that's a really unique opportunity for you to live with your kids, if you have kids, because, well, my kids say, one of the nice things is they say, it's really boring on 5 Mile. And let me tell you, as a parent, when your kids say that, you've hacked the matrix. You really have. You're winning at that point, because what you want is a nice, quiet, boring place. It's all houses. 5 Mile is fantastic. If you have any questions, if you want to buy a house on 5 Mile or anywhere in Spokane, I'm Brian Johnson. I'm a real estate broker with Windermere. Reach out anytime. Thanks for watching.